question. Where did you get the name Rundown Jack?
It was on a drinks menu, actually.
Yes, we were sitting in Courthouse in Winchester having a few drinks, looking for a band name, so we put together a few cocktail names and we came up with Rundown Jack.
It helped that we had a few drinks in us as well. This was before we had Josh as well. He's newish. Yeah.
Who's the lyric writer? Who writes the songs?
And him.
Yeah, these two actually. Yeah, I know.
Excellent.
They do all the lyrics. Dave does the more light-hearted ones, and Josh does the heavily political.
Yeah.
So, like, what themes inspire you? Like, each of you really.
Each does.
Well, I'm generally an angry, bitter person, quite ignorant. I read books on politics, watch stuff on the news, and get pissed off and write about it, which gets me through the day. It's good to get it out.
Yeah, sure.
And yeah, it's a lot easier to write something after I'm worked up than just trying to sit there and write something and nothing comes out. And
yeah. So what kind of lyrics have you written? As like
about protesters getting kicked off Parliament Square.
Yeah.
Thought that was a bit ridiculous.
Yeah.
Stuff in the media after reading a bit of Noel Chomsky, got a bit fired up on all that kind of stuff.
Did that documentary, watched a documentary on Louis Theroux. It was,
It was a Westminster Baptist Church.
About the Baptist Church.
Yeah, that was inspirational. Well, not inspirational, but
That's what Josh is aspiring to.
that was a good source of inspiration for writing lyrics. Let's clear that up.
Basically, anger kind of fuels you.
Oh, you're sounding me a bit short. Yeah,
A bit short.
yeah. So yeah.
That's cool. So you write the light-hearted ones.
I open my mouth and a bunch of shit comes out. That's basically it. Sometimes it's about certain life experiences. Can't think of any examples. but yeah, it just falls out of my mouth. And just get it on a piece of paper and go with it.
Typical live show. What can an average person expect?
Let's say,
I might throw a drums at them halfway through a song.
yeah.
Pick up another one and carry on.
A lot of energy.
It's a lot of energy, isn't it?
Quite a lot
High
of
energy.
I'm sweating like buckets after a show.
We try and have a lot of fun. We try and get the crowd involved as well. You know,
Yeah.
it's no. If we're just on stage running around, it's no fun. We want to try and get everybody involved. So have a bit of fun on stage, have a bit of a laugh, a few jokes.
We experienced quite a lot. Like we've been doing a lot of live shows.
Yeah.
Well, at the beginning, if the crowd wasn't moving, we wouldn't particularly move about because we wouldn't be inspired, and then that was just a vicious circle.
Yeah.
Because no one would get going. But now,
Yeah, the confidence
kind
is built up. You know,
Yeah.
we know that we're good at what we do, so we
and
try and get the crowd
is
involved, and hopefully, you know, most of the time we get a few people dancing, and it's usually a good night. And Josh always buys everyone a drink afterwards. So.
Yeah.
That's never happened. Despite you've actually told people I do that a lot.
Yeah.
It's never materialised.
He's lost a lot of money.
Okay, so the more you play together, like how long have you been together, like years-wise?
Has it been 4 years?
2007, so it's been almost 4 years, yeah.
Yeah, almost 4
So
years.
has your music evolved over that time? Has it got like,
Yeah,
has it
definitely.
changed?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it definitely has.
I think, especially through the different members that have come and gone through the band, that's been really. When we had Andy, it was kind of metally. He brought a little metal twist to it. It was still punk, but still.
And he was very much on the very fast guitar solos. So when he was in the band, it was more on the bass. It was a lot more simple. I was just literally just kind of doing the root notes for chords, and then Andy was filling it in with all the hectic guitar solos. And then when he left, there was that void, wasn't there? So Dave started picking up a few more solos, and I started doing a bit more on the bass again. When we had Tristan in the band, it was
filled out with 2 rhythm guitar solos. But he did little kind of quirky bits, which was quite cool.
Yeah.
It gave us quite a bit of difference.
It was a bit of an odd setup because, I mean, when you see other bands with a singer guitarist and another guitarist, usually it's the singer guitarist who's doing the lead and the other guitarist who's doing the rhythm, but we've always had Dave doing the rhythm, so there are a lot of times with Tristan, and not so much with Andy, but there were times with Andy when he wasn't really doing anything because he wasn't playing, because there wasn't a lead part, but he wasn't singing either, so he was just kind of standing there. So we decided that the style of music we're doing doesn't really need 2 guitars anyway.
No.
And one of the problems that we had with Andy was kind of the conflicting ideas of what we wanted to do. He was more for the classic rock and the metal, and
we
were more just for the punk. So when he left, we just said, okay, there's the 3 of us, we all want to do the same thing, we've got a fairly good sound, so we just worked like that.
Okay.
We just keep it a little bit weird.
Yeah, and I
Weird
mean,
and simple.
me and Dave have just moved into a house together, so it gives us a chance. We're sitting down a lot more, aren't we?
Yeah.
Between practices, we'll
working
sit down
songs
and
out
we've got a
and-
couple of hours, and
Yeah.
we'll sit down and write a song, and we can spend a lot more time on each song, and then we can bring them in and just put some drum beat behind it. Gives us a few
So I'm
ideas
just
on what we can
listening
change.
intently. We never really have these reflective moments, so I'm just listening.
Oh, yeah.
Something new.
Yeah. Group therapy.
Yeah.
Nice. What?
Was your time together? Have you you were talking about your previous guitars being like a metal guitar. Have you come across any like other challenges that you have to come over as like a band?
Writing blocks occasionally.
Yeah.
They really suck.
The actual simple process of writing songs is
Yeah.
really difficult. You have to be really patient because, you know, by the time we get to the end of a practice, we're doing a lot of writing at the moment, and by the time we get to the end of the practice, we're literally about to kill each other.
Yeah.
Because everybody's got ideas, and after you've been playing for 3 or 4 hours of the same 2-minute song, it does get really frustrating. So
Yeah.
the main thing that is mainly just having patience, isn't it? More than anything else, and that's sometimes the hardest thing because there are times when you just want to.
I think you're exaggerating that, and if you're not, then I'm a bit worried.
But no, I think it was very difficult when Andy was here when we were trying to write because he had such a strong personality about what he wanted to
He
do,
was bored as well. Though.
and there were some actual proper arguments where me and Josh we were just kind of stepping back and they were having a proper go at each other. So I think that's probably the hardest part of being in a band is just kind of understanding each other's opinions and views and trying to put it all together to make a song.
Compromise.
Yeah, it's all about compromise really, and
Yeah.
kind of saying, because sometimes you have to say, you know, I mean, just whole getting rid of Andy was a difficult situation, wasn't it? Because
that was hard.
we had a conversation about it, and then we had a conversation with you about it, and it was kind of
A lot of bitching and backstabbing.
yeah, absolutely, and it was difficult because he had, you know, what he was doing was he is a very good lead guitarist, and what he was doing
Amazing.
gave us that kind of wow factor, but. We'd been playing the same songs for over a year, and whenever we tried to write something, there would just be arguments, and we'd get nothing done. So that was fairly difficult. And it's the same when we got rid of Mags on the drums as well, wasn't it?
That's true. Yeah.
Similar situation because you become good friends. You're not just a band; you become mates as well. So when someone leaves, or when you feel that you need someone to leave, it's very difficult just to kind of get that across without causing any major.
Cried on your shoulder a few times, didn't I? I was like, are we actually going to fall apart after Andy leaves? Even though it was inevitable, it was like.
Yeah.
Is it going to really, really mess everything up?
Yeah, because obviously it's the first time you've been in a band, isn't it? So it's all kind of new.
Where do you see yourself? Like you've been together for a while, but where do you see yourself in like a year or two, maybe?
Year or two. I
Playing
think.
some big gigs.
Yeah, playing some
Have
big
done
gigs.
A recording.
Yes, well, hopefully a few.
Multiple recordings.
Maybe an album, but I think an album by a year and just some big punk gigs and some festivals that. We did Guildfest once, but you know we want to do a festival where we know that people have heard enough of our stuff to come along and you know.
We supported the Skints recently on their tour alongside Anti-Vigilante, which was awesome.
It was fantastic.
I love the Skints.
Yeah, we've just, I mean, because me and Dave are now living down in Bournemouth, we've kind of found a venue down there that we used to call Champions, and it seems to be quite a good venue. There's always a few people there. It's just been redone, so it's got brand new staging, brand new equipment, so it's quite a nice place to play. So we're going to try and get ourselves rooted in there and use that as our main gigging area, and then expand from there and see how many people we can get. We got a fair few people in last time, didn't we?
People, and we're hoping on the next gig on December the 11th.
I mean, we've started to take it a bit more seriously. What we're doing, haven't we? We've never had a logo or anything. We've always just been a bit lazy on that kind of front. So we've just got a few promo pictures done fairly recently, and we're kind of trying to get a bit more professional about it. It was a bit of fun, but we're trying to get onto that next level where it is more professional. You know, you're looking at this as a career, aren't you?
Oh yeah, definitely.
You know, this is.
I can't do anything else.
This is what you want to do. So we're trying. We've done the lineup changes, and we're happy with the lineup we've got. We're not looking for any new members, but we've always had this kind of thing where we were kind of looking for a guitarist, or kind of looking for this. But we're happy with the lineup that we've got now, so we're going to start trying to take it a bit more seriously.
We've got a good picture.
Yeah, we've
got a good set, and we're working on a main venue. Just need a properly good recording.
Yeah, we're going to get that done very early in the new year as soon as we've got some money. We're going to get it down hopefully in January and get a decent song, really good recording of a song, then send it off to, what was it, Kerrang Radio and
Yeah.
places like that,
As we say, yeah.
where they have unsigned music playing, so we just send that out and see what happens.
Excellent. So, who do you think your music appeals to the most? Like,
It's odd actually, because it's most people that I know aren't that into punk, and I go up to them and I'm like, "Yeah, do you want to come along?" And I'm like, "I don't know," I'm not. And they come along, and they always say the same thing, which is, "I really, really wasn't expecting that. That was really good." And firstly, that's a little bit offensive. But other than that, it's mainly people that suspect that they're not going to like punk because it's not traditional Sex Pistols kind of punk. It's just,
Yeah, I mean, when you talk to people who don't really know punk, like modern punk, you know, if you say to someone like, if I said to my dad or someone who say punk, they think kind of Sex Pistols and they're kind of the old style of punk. We're more looking towards a kind of Rancid NoFX, which a lot of people, unless you're really into your music, you don't really know them. So when we grab our friends and say come along, it's a punk night, and they're kind of thinking more Sex Pistols than what we're actually doing. So I think it's a bit of a surprise, but it's we've mellowed out a little bit, haven't we? The songs we've just written are all more calmer and they're more ska than punk. But
the old punks still like us as well. They quite enjoy it, and they move around more. Which is nice. But yeah.
Is there, last thing, just any summary you want to sum up your band, or any words you want to say to your fans, or anything like that?
December the 11th, champions. No, I don't know. Just, I think listen to our music. If you haven't, type in Rundown Jack and give us a listen, and then just support us. Come see us. And to everybody that already does come see us, thank you.
You never know, Josh might buy you a drink if you come along.
I might do.
On December the 11th.
There is a gig closer to home. Why aren't we plugging that as well?
That's a very good point.
And the 11th of November.
So I think we need to become better. To summarise.
Go on, Dave, sum it up. 10 words, come on, sum it up.
Come listen to our music. Come learn about us. No.
That's 10.
Enjoy it. And fuck this.
That's alright.
Let's go with what we had earlier. Let's go with
that one,
And silence.